Hi, so that was a big gasp, wasn't it? So again, maybe somebody's taking a big deep breath before they do something, but I'll just say what I need to say before I go into my intro because I forget. This is the second time recording this, and I only, it was only like a minute or something, and it was just because I got led to the book that was over there, and I was leaning over, and it was just kind of, I don't know, I just was like, I'll just start again. But I wouldn't usually do that for that. But so I'll talk about the book in a minute, but I feel second time lucky is going to be important here. Now, for some people, it could be third time lucky because third time lucky came up last night in the live, but I more felt that was third time lucky as in third time lucky in love, like three people. Um, and like maybe having a significant heartbreak a couple of times, and then the third person is the every like it's that song again. I was on my way to you. Every heartbreak is another something. I don't know, but I was never lost. I was just passing through. I was on my way to you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I used that for the thumbnail of the live last night. But yeah, it also, when I sing that song, it reminds me of Trainwreck, and it reminds me of the speech that she gives at the end of the film. Like maybe every awkward one night stand, every Staten Island ride on the ferry was just me finding my way to you. You know what I mean? Like the real deal kind of thing. And so that's the kind of vibe we're going here with, as it feels like 144. It feels like it's been quite a journey to get to the real deal. So if you're new to me, my name's Claire. Everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy for the twin flames. So it doesn't mean that if you're not a twin flame that this can't help you, because I'm a healer in general, but it's just that everybody that is drawn to me to work with me is usually on the twin flame journey, but we do have people that tune in that aren't on the twin flame path too. And here's the wee proverb. So he will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. And it's Psalms. I think that's Psalms. I'll have trouble saying that. Psalms 121:3. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayer. So it's 1 Peter 3:12. So the 3rd of December could be significant here. So remember, when I shout out these dates, like that can be good, bad, and different. It can be people's birthdays, it can be anniversaries, um, or might not make sense to you at all. So the Lord your God will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. 2 Chronicles 15:7. So 15th of July, which was, as I'm filming this, was well, that was just a couple of days ago, because it's what's today? 18th? Yeah, today's the 18th, so that could be significant. But this is all everything I do is timeless. So yeah, I feel that bit's for a divine feminine in particular. Well, it's for a divine feminine and divine. I feel the hard work that you've put in on yourself and for this union, it's going to be rewarded with union. I just looked at 333 as well. That's Ascended Masters. Oh my god, my eyes! I feel so tired all of a sudden. My eyes feel like really tired. So maybe somebody's and it's 5 to 4 here, and my eyes are being drawn to 555. So big changes going on here. Feels very much like what I keep channeling about the storm and worldly events and but twin flame connections. Again, in my opinion, it's all connected. When I've been saying this for years, but when twin flames are coming together, they're coming together in like crazy circumstances. You can look back at all the videos over the past few years where it's like a lot of twin flames are going to come together in unbelievable circumstances, surrounded by a lot of drama, especially if you've got a big call. Like all twin flames, are here to do important things in the world, but some twin flames, it's you are here to create waves, and you're here to make a difference in the world. And so basically, the more of a big, the bigger impact, maybe to reach bigger audiences. 144 backwards there, 441. So yeah, part of the 144,000 is like you're gonna ruffle people's feathers, you're gonna irritate their demons. I'm just thinking I'd done a SOS reading earlier, which ended up being about 30 minutes. So you'll see that at some point, and again, it's not going to make sense to everyone, and it was just very horrible negative energy of basically spiritual haters, like, you know, spiritual haters of it feels like a divine masculine and a divine feminine. So several people, whether this be past romantic encounters, oh, that's a new way to put it, or like karmic friends, karmic family, karmic fucking strangers on the internet that are just jealous of you, you know. Yeah, not nice energy. And again, you know, that's why I help people. I understand when people have got a fear of being seen and everything. Like, you know, although I do this now, like I was terrified for years on end, you know, to do this. So, you know, I think it's important that I keep, you know, repeating that and people hear me saying that, because, you know, this channel is 9 on the 29th. By the way, there's something significant about the 29th of July because that keeps coming through. But yeah, the channel is 9 years officially on the 29th of July. Although I always celebrate crystal clear visions around summer solstice, which has been yeah, it wasn't easy, you know, like, and I only became consistent with your well, it's now, you know, 2.5 years, I would say. But, you know, like I was consistent for a bit. I think I did do weekly readings, you know, on and off I would do it. But again, it was a lot to do, but, you know, I could feel the energy of people that were not wanting this to work out for me, which is really pretty horrible. And again, that's quite hard to put your finger on it, but it is that kind of thing of when people aren't working on their own goals, it can really trigger them when other people are basically, you know, striving for better and working on your goals. And that's when you'll usually find that, you know, the people around you will shift and change. It's called ascension. You know, and the more you grow in this journey, the more you understand what that all means. It's like, for instance, like, you know, I keep saying, and you might see a lot of other people saying, there's been a timeline shift. There has been a really significant timeline shift. And actually, because I'm saying that, let's get an overall energy. So I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm going to put on the timer for an hour. If it's long, and I'll put it behind me because it can sometimes be quite loud. If it's longer than an hour, that's okay, but I just haven't done, this is what I call twin flame therapy. I haven't done one of these ones on camera for ages. So I've done the twin flame therapy just with just my hands, but I like to do, well, it's more like I'm instructed to do these, you know, with me being a frequency holder, because the card, that'll be funny if that comes out, the word in frequency holder keeps coming up quite a lot. And you see, that's what this is all about. Like, I hold the codes that activate people on different parts of their journey and stuff. So that's why I've got very, very sensitive energy, that especially in the last week of Cancer season there. But, you know, so I'm really, really protecting. I mean, what day's today? Yeah, I'm really, really protecting my energy because, I mean, it's Friday tomorrow. So yeah, it's Friday tomorrow. We've got a full moon in Capricorn on Sunday, the second full moon in Capricorn. So it's special when you've got two full moons, you know, in the 1 year. And Capricorn is not, you know, it's not an easy one. It's, you know, it's things about success. It's actually like, that's why all this stuff is coming. That's why all this stuff about people being jealous of, you know, success in any kind of area, or you doing quite well, you know, it's because Capricorn is very competitive. You know, and like definitely whenever I've had people like, you know, whenever I've had kind of things, yeah, basically I've had that a lot of times over the years of having crystal clear visions, where I'll come up with a good name for something, and the next thing you know, somebody's nabbed it, and you know, there's again, I'm laughing because it's like, you know, it's yeah, it's annoying, but like it's kind of small fry stuff in the grand scale of things, and I was just kind of think, you know, I just think it's a bit embarrassing more than anything. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, yeah. If something is unique to someone, and that I wouldn't sort of just like sort of lift it and start going with it, and it's just kind of, you know, that happened with quite a, like more than just one pair, quite a few people. And like I said, it's always people who've got like quite copying energy, like maybe a heavy Pisces placement, which by the way, we've all got Pisces somewhere, or Capricorn's quite competitive as well. You know, they want to be the best, and it's kind of like, well, you know, bash on, like, you know, it's be the best and stay in your own lane is like, I feel the way that, you know, what to describe that, but that's definitely coming through there. So like I said, it's not particularly nice energy, and but it is coming up. And again, with Neptune retrograde in Pisces and Saturn retrograde in Pisces, again, Pisces copying. Again, Pisces is unconditional love. It's absolutely twin flames, true love, mystical, magical, very psychic energy. But the shadow side of Pisces is illusions, confusion, lying, you know. Yeah, deception, trickery, copy. Yeah, it's absolute copycat energy. And this is what I'm saying. So whether this is in work and business, whether this is in like, you know, just you as a person, like, you know, people try to like copy your look in that or whatever, it's just rife. It's absolutely rife. Like, but like I said, I'm really quite good at helping people with stuff like that because it is fucking annoying, but, you know, I used to get really, really bothered about it in the past. I don't now because I'm just like, whatever, just own it for who you are. And if there's folk out there doing that, then, you know what I mean? Like, get a life, be yourself. In the new earth, it's not going to last. If people trying to copy you and your own unique soul signature, your own calling, they will be found out. So, because some people, that's what they're getting me to say is, oh, this is so weird, I didn't see all this coming through today, but it's coming through. It's like, some people can do it and they don't actually realise, I've definitely seen that for where it's like people don't actually realise they've done it until further down the line. And it's because they didn't really know who they were. And so, you know, they were, yeah, just lifting your identity. Again, it does sound totally fucked up, doesn't it? But again, it's, yeah, so maybe this is going to come into it somewhere. There must be a theme today because, like I said, that is what, I've not watched it back, but there was energies about, like impersonating people and copycat energy and, oh my god. Right. So again, this could be happening to a feminine or this could be happening to a masculine. But again, even just with me mentioning that about me, because I have had things like that happen over the years, in different areas of life actually, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it then mirrors in your twin. So it's I just looked at 1144 as well, so I've seen 144 loads on this, but I usually always do. So what have we got here? What's a new earth energy for before I get into... So the way that I channel is, if you've never seen me doing this, it'll look like I'm channeling about two people. A divine feminine, usually a female. A divine masculine, usually describe it as a male. It's just because that's the easiest way for that flows through, unless I'm guided to otherwise. But you can, you know, change it all about and what makes sense to you. Common sense, but common sense isn't always common. Right. Abundance, yeah, again, that kind of makes sense. Like, I feel whoever's going to resonate with this, it's like you're headed for your generational wealth, you're headed for your divine inheritance. You know, let's face it, you're probably headed for union, because when we're approaching the Lionsgate portal, I always channel union energy, so I feel I'm being prepared to launch, as in, like, I'm going to be... Well, I already did launch the membership, so, you know, if you want to join us there, it's a bit of a small crowd right now. But I am actually going to be going live in there tonight, because there you go. Like, that's a positive of a Capricorn trait, or Saturn, and I've got Saturn in the first house beside my Mars. Like, I put in the hard work. I put in a lot of hard work, and it's usually a very hard climb for me to get even anywhere near where other people can get to like that. So that's what I mean with it. It can be really quite, you know, it used to be really quite frustrating at times, but I know what this is all about. Like, I've been cloaked until we were in these stronger times of this new earth energy. And yeah, and again, it's interesting, you know, like I said, that I feel that this message might be for helping people through your own fear, you know, fear of success, fear of being seen, whatever this is going to make sense to. Fullness of source, enough for all, open. Wow, oh my god, that's blowing my mind, because, so in case you need a thumbnail, because see how that fits. It's like, when you transmute the fuckery, when people try to copy you, whatever it is, like I said, copying your ideas, you know, it feels like that's what it is, copying your ideas, because that's actually what it said on that card. Like I said, sometimes it can be more sinister, and it is like so, like the people that are just kind of like scammers out there that actually, I mean, that's horrible. Like, when people actually take somebody's photo and pretend to be them and blah blah. By the way, although I'm talking about work, remember that, you know, I shouldn't even need to say this, but this can happen, you know, like, be careful of, like, when your twin does actually reach out to you. Like, be careful that isn't somebody trying to trick you, you know, that, like, you know, how do you actually know that that is them? So again, that's, you're just gonna have to work that out for yourself. You know, trust your intuition, all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, loads of crazy shit can happen. I mean, somebody could even take somebody's phone and pretend to be them. So there's just loads of different things. You know, that isn't that crazy when you think about how unhinged some people might be. So you have to be a little bit more savvy. I really don't like this energy, but yeah, you do have to be quite, you know, savvy about this stuff. But yeah, there's enough for all. So that's when you transmute all the fuckery of this. there's enough for all. There's no need to take somebody else's ideas and or destiny swap, you know, for when, like, you know, try to take what isn't yours, like what was destined for somebody else. Like, why would you want to? Because people that do that, you're having to keep somebody spiritually asleep at a lower level of consciousness, usually replying them with drink and distraction and sex and all this stuff. Again, it's reminding me of Don't Worry Darling. That is a really good film. It's very creepy though, but I mean, it's totally about mind control and everything, and I mean, it's very real. Again, I untangle that from people, and I have done from years, so it's very creepy and real. But yeah, that's what happened in that film. You know, it's Harry Styles, and he just keeps distracting her with literally drink and sex. You know what I mean? And that'll last for a while, and then it'll wear off. And when there's not true love there, or in the case of that film, she was truly in love with him, but then she realizes she's been betrayed. Yeah, really good film, but quite dark. So again, there's definitely here. But yeah, I feel, you know, it's about people's unhealed shadows come into the forefront here. So unlock your, look, see what I mean? Like, I was like, where are they going with this? But I get it, because it's like, and some people could have acted like this in the past, and they could have worked through the darkness, and they're not like that now, and they're owning it for themselves. But unlock your gifts, sacred gifts, energy senses, pure love is key. Like, it's, you know, that's funny, because I had a conversation about this with one of you guys actually in a session not long ago, and I've spoke about it with other people in the past too. It is like the highest form of disrespect when somebody copies you, you know. So that whole oh, you know, it's a compliment or it's an inspiration. I've always went against the grain with that. I've never ever thought that. Like, it fucks me off no end when people copy something that is unique to me. And again, everybody has got a unique soul signature, but I've got 6 retrograde, which is very rare in itself, and it's with my moon conjunct Sagittarius, which, by the way, sorry, my moon and Sag conjunct Uranus, which is about being unique and different, and it's about being very strong about that, very, you know, an individual. Like, you can't put me in a box kind of thing, do you know what I mean? Like, I was talking about this to somebody recently, when I was describing that, you know, I'm a sexual healer in the way that with my North Node in the 8th house, like, it's all very, like, you know, like, I transmute, like, sexual trauma in men and women, right? Like, so, as in, like, I could listen to really heavy stuff on these sessions and, like, yeah, do soul retrievals for everything like that. And, but at the same time, I could be led to, like, research the dark side of the sex industry and stuff, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean going out doing a documentary, but I definitely, like, I remember one whole day, I literally watched all this stuff about that. And I was like, why am I watching this? But it does make sense. My North Node in 8th house, it's like, because I have, and I still do, I've attracted people that have fallen in to the dark pit hole of, you know, the devil in that way. And believe me, people that get caught up in these things, you know, they might flash the cash and make it look really happy, but anybody that I've ever personally helped with stuff like that, they end up not being able to sleep at night, you know, feeling like their skin's crawling, you know. And that could be the same as, like, you know, if you get, like, I don't know, a porn addiction or something as well. Like, it's literally drummed into all of us from a young age that all of this is cool. And, you know, and like I've said before, like, that whole female empowerment, it's not, right? I don't care what anybody says. Like, I don't see that as female empowerment. I see, when I've watched these programs about these fucking ridiculous, like, 21-year-olds with, like, a mansion and that, but they look very lonely, and they've got all this money. But I mean, like, how are they earning that money? Like, getting your fucking I was about to say, but you know what I mean? You're getting your bits and bobs out for, like, you know, it's yeah, it's anyway, whatever, this is coming out. But it's kind of like, yeah, unlock your gifts, sacred gifts, energy senses, pure love is key. So I really do feel there's something here about, you know, you attracting this happiness, this abundance, because abundance isn't always money, but I do feel it is, you know, generational wealth, divine inheritance, and true happiness, sharing your genuine gifts. And it is just about, you know, anybody that is yeah, like, you know, like, you're not being true to yourself and you're trying to be somebody else, like, that's not going to work, you know. It's not going to wash, it's going to, people are going to see through it, or the truth is going to come out. All things like this: integration, forgive self and others, reunion, let go of defenses, open the door. But yeah, I really do feel these reunions are coming in, and nothing's going to stop them. And that's going, I'm like, you know, I'm hearing Nothing's gonna stop us now. So if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us. It's at the end of Mannequin. That was totally one of my favourites when I was younger. Again, I love all, you'll hear me say about them all because I love them all. But Depths of Love. And again, to my best of my knowledge, this is one of the only ones along with the Mary Magdalene cards that came, Mary Magdalene Jesus card that came out yesterday, that is about love on this. You know, let go of fear to jump into love, let go beyond attachment. So again, I really do feel with all that dolphin energy, that's new earth energy, but it is letting go of letting go of attachments, negative attachments, Arcturians. So this is, I work very closely with Arcturians, pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry. So wait a minute. Right, they stopped now, but they were being quite loud. So again, there could be, I don't know, there could be some rowdy behaviour around you or something because people were kind of shouting in the street there. So the book that I got drawn at the start was the Book of Tomorrow, and it's got, you know, best-selling author P.S. I Love You. So again, this could just be literally somebody's going to tell, well, somebody's going to tell you they love you tomorrow when you're watching this. Or it could be like somebody keeps saying, tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. And like tomorrow's never coming kind of thing. I'm actually just going to get a Mary Magdalene card because I mentioned Mary Magdalene. So what can you tell us? Oh, yeah, see, Magdalene's portal gateway. So I really do feel we're in a magical portal right now, and I feel that's to do with what I'm talking about, the timeline shifts of anything is possible, the unknown journey, embrace the unfamiliar. So I feel this portal that we're in, I feel, I'm just going to hold that up in case, like, I feel this portal that we're in, this is the masculines in particular, yeah, there's nerves, they're apprehensive about the unfamiliar, but they're also willing to go where they were perhaps scared to go before. So, again, it's very samey. If you're new around here, it's samey. It's just, how it seems to go. So, these are one of my new decks. I love them. So in a past life, what was a past life influence for this divine feminine? Regardless of your gender, remember, and it's not going to resonate with everyone. Common sense, blah, 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 blah. What have we got? Archangel Raziel, inspiration, mysteries, Akashic records. So in the past, or possibly still presently, 33 as well is my number for Jesus, forgiveness, and, you know, well, I just mentioned Mary Magdalene too. So I really do feel, you know, Jesus and Mary Magdalene are guiding all the twins that are going to resonate with this. But yeah, you could have in the past, you know, been, you know, very connected to the Akashic records. You could have read the Akashic records, and no doubt you still do that now, as a lot of feminines do, a lot of masculines do as well. And we've got feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt. So I really do feel, you know, in a past life here, you know, this feminine energy, like you may have struggled with self-esteem. You know, it could have been something to do, you know, with your family history. Again, because remember, Cancer is trauma, but it's also family, ancestral healing. But again, because it's like, you know, this looks like somebody's mum and dad, and they look actually really quite grumpy there as well. So it's like, I feel maybe somebody's mum and dad, like, you know, maybe didn't give the, wait a minute, I'm going to read it for a bit. I'm sure I read that one last night, but there wasn't a lot of encouragement there, I'm feeling. Nearly everyone has had some kind, and remember, this is in a past life, so this isn't this life, but I mean, it could be for some people. Nearly everyone has had some kind of past life drama that made them feel insecure. In most cases, this difficult experience comes from mistreatment by past life parents, and unfortunately, that pattern tends to repeat through many lifetimes. So if you've had, I read this last night, so this is definitely a collective theme. So if you've had hurtful, demanding, or dismissive parents or authority figures in this life, it's likely that you received that same treatment in past lives, often by the very same people. This negative energy becomes coded in your own self, you causing you to criticise yourself, worry about what people think, and even loathe yourself for any number of reasons. This karmic pattern cannot stand, no matter how severely you've been treated. None of this misinformation represents your truth. It's time to clear this inner karmic darkness and return to light and the true eternal value, power, and worth. That's what we're saying at the start. Like, that's why I help people all the time. So yeah, when it comes up, I help people with sexual trauma, but I'm helping people with trauma full stop. So wherever you've had, you know, whether it's family or anyone in your life, you know, past lovers, you know, anyone make you feel like you're, you know, that you're not worthy, that is the kind of stuff that I help you with. I release toxic conclusions from the past. I'm free to choose what I believe about myself and the world. So that is the feminine's energy, but that can be like the masculine's, to the masculine's feelings for whoever's going to resonate with this. So I really do actually feel, you know, that we've all moved through that at some point, you know, where you've had to get over the self-critical voice, whether it's in the world or people around you, or, you know, it's, yeah, right. So and the thing is, our ancestors too, so that's the thing, when it comes to you from them, it's obviously because it came from them, and it's, you know, and that's about reframing things and setting boundaries and clearing, you know, energy, and some boundaries, unfortunately, you have to set a complete boundary and not see these people either for a while or ever again. You know, some people's situations are that extreme. It just depends how much you're being disrespected and how much people are not going to support you with your dreams and your goals and your union. You know, it's yeah, it's shit, but it's true. Masculine, past life, something missing, intimacy or fertility issues. What is this? Is really interesting because this came up last night as well. Yeah, I feel like this in a past life, this masculine, you know, had some kind of fear of intimacy in a past life, and therefore they kept picking people, but then finding out that something was missing with them. And you can clearly see this is definitely going to carry on in the present. But that was in a past life. Yeah, they kept picking low-hanging fruit. I'm sure they wouldn't call it back in the days of like an olden day there, but picking people that didn't match how amazing they were, and therefore kept feeling like something was missing. And the time just reached my birthday number is 418 there, which is union. So I feel this is definitely going to spill over in the present. Yeah, Archangel Gabriel, communication of all kinds. Yeah, I think the communications, and also the trumpet is sounding. You know, God is like waking this masculine up from a spiritual slumber in a big way, because they're pulling my eyes to now the future's in your hands. I feel like communication's coming through in a big way of all kinds. So this masculine could be blowing up your phone. Oh, relationship repeat. Shift, release, or enjoy. That reminds me of Cinderella. Doesn't that look like that? I've not read that. Again, remember, I haven't looked through these all individually. So I'm just being, oh look, it's 21 as well. Karmic cycles ending. 21 is the world card completion. And it also reminds me of the full moon. Oh wait a minute, and the full moon is on the 21st. So that's significant as well. Yeah, Sunday's the 21st. So longing, oh no, that's the wrong one. Longing for love, loneliness. So, well, this masculine's longing for, I think this masculine's longing for the love of their life. Something's missing in every other connection they've tried to get. It's not, you know, that true love. Cinderella vibes. Shift, release, or enjoy. It's a common karmic pattern to return in soul groups, especially family and friends. Though oh my god, look at what I just said as well. About, like, you know, setting boundaries with people. Though we may switch up relationships, sometimes being the wife, sometimes the husband, we're drawn together both sides. This person's going to have trouble getting their words out. And again, I feel it's because we've got so much to say. That's why that says all communications of all kinds. Sometimes the husband, we're drawn together both by desires and by the lessons that our souls pursue. In fact, these are the two main reasons we choose a relationship path. If we've had a deeply enjoyable relationship, we long to come back together and repeat those happy times. Twin flames. This is not limited to romantic partners. It could be an equally compelling karmic cause between friends, siblings, even co-workers, teachers and students. When you have a relationship with someone who truly resonates with your heart, you can be sure you've been together in some meaningful way before. The other side, because again, another side of that is, you know, you can feel that for a very long time with someone, like a friend or family member, and then it can turn sour, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, they were meant to be in your life for a karmic reason that could last like 20 years for some people, 10 years for some people, but then it's like karmic contract over. I'm sure we've all had experiences. In fact, if you haven't had that experience, I'm not going to say you're lying, but you're probably not seeing it for what it is. But the 29th of July is significant because, oh my god, absolutely, because I just got drawn to 2907. Whoa, that might be someone's birthday, or something significant might happen that day. What day is that? That's a Monday. So it's not this Monday coming, but it's next Monday, so look out for that. Yeah, or it could be happening, you know, around this weekend, because that's what, you know, it's the full moon of karma. Karmic lessons completing. The other side of the karmic coin, oh look, they're about to talk about this. I was ahead of the book and I've never read it before. The other side of the karmic coin, however, may be far less enjoyable. We often come back with people who shared some of our difficult histories, whether it was conflict, mistreatment. Your soul wants to learn from those past problems and move on to a more enlightened, more empowered and honouring way of doing relationships. Wow, see how that fits with what I said? It could be second time lucky in love, or it could be second time lucky with the same person, or it could be third time lucky as in 3 people. Something like that. Different things are going to make sense to different people. Some of the most common lessons regarding this issue are learning how to speak up, live your truth, prioritise yourself, and stop living according to others' agendas. I mean, that across the board, it seems to be the Divine Masculine journey 100%, but it's going to have been the Divine Feminine journey before that, you know, so it's, you mirror. You'll have had to learn to speak up, live your truth, prioritise yourself, and stop living according to others' genders. Absolutely. I've been there, so, you know, your masculines will be there too. And also, you can always look at it, if you got over that, then they'll be able to do it too. You know, like, believe in them, believe in yourself, because it is your own energy. Your soul longs for you to muster up the courage to challenge these patterns now. If you've had conflict with certain people in your life, you can learn how to break this difficult pattern. I feel with me holding these two wee interlocking circles, it's like an infinity symbol. I feel this is about, like, this is an eternal love that's unbreakable and it's always going to come back together. So all the people that have tried to break it and all the karmic interference, it's not working. This person always ends up feeling like something's missing, and it's because it's not their true love. Communicate your needs and know that you have the right to make reasonable requests in all your relationships. You don't have to relive painful encounters of the past. Just because a relationship is karmic doesn't mean it's destined to last forever. Like I just said, friendships, love, family, or even for the rest of this lifetime. Sometimes we come back together just to learn how to let go. And by the way, can I just say that, like, you know, that is, I don't even say that enough, but that is what I help twin flames with too. If, you know, usually once you've done a few sessions with me, like, we could go on a deeper shamanic journey and we could actually ask, you know, am I meant to reunite with this person in my life, or am I meant to, like, close out some kind of karmic chapter and let them go? You know, it is important that you do that, because again, unless you are 100% totally sure that that is your true twin flame, it's wise to do that. But it's just, you know, some people might not want to. But I done that like fucking like years and years and years and years ago at the very start of my journey, and it came through crystal clearly. We are absolutely meant to be together when it's destined. But again, that's, you know, that is up to both people. So it's about, you know, you just keep working on yourself, loving yourself, and also batting off the karmic distractions. You know, like I say a lot about that. You know, watch out for if you're following other YouTube people or anyone, and they're encouraging you, you know, be footloose and single, footloose and fancy free, and, you know, oh, they're doing what they want, so you do what you want. You've got to sort of see through the trick of that, because literally everything does mirror with twin flame. So it doesn't mean that you, I mean, I know it might seem like it to me, but you don't need to live a completely, like, you know, hermit reclusive life, although there is an aspect of that too. Again, like, you know, I live like that because I want to live like that. It's actually what brings me joy and happiness, you know. But I wasn't always that way. Like, I was living it up, partying and all that too, and I enjoyed some of it. But, you know, when I reflect back on a lot of it, it was if I'm honest, yeah, I've always been quite an old soul, and I did always really had to I had to really big myself up for a night out, and sometimes my face would be like fizz all fucking night, and because I hadn't wanted to go out, and I was just people pleasing, you know, like particularly if it was like, you know, just one person, I'd feel sorry for people, and, you know, but sometimes it was me that was like, you know, really wanting to go out and that. But yeah, there's definitely been loads of circumstances where I actually would want to stay in my jammies and drink a cup of tea. And I've also been a really good influence for, you know, friends in the past, and with that too. But, you know, it's about being honest with yourself, you know, rather than like sort of blaming that around other people. That would be, when I was at that time in my life, it would just be me not being able to speak up and be like, I don't want to do this, you know what I mean? So yeah, so release dishonouring connections and cherish the tender heart relationships in your life. Nurture caring communication and talk about all the ways you can enjoy your time together. I see the value in myself and in the people I love. I attract tender eternal connections now and for lifetimes to come. And it's on page 77. That might be significant. Oh, that was quite juicy past life stuff there. Right, let's get more sort of present. So in the past, now remember, the past could be a few hours ago, it could be yesterday, it could be a few weeks ago, months ago, years ago, it could be decades ago. So decades, God, it could be decades for someone. So what was in the past? Like, tell us what the energy of this feminine was in towards the divine masculine in the past, whether, and we'll work out how recent it was. emotional storm, but it's in reverse. Turmoil, unstable, affected. I think that maybe came out. Oh my god, I tell you what, actually, it's on the one I've put on the membership. I will put that one on the main channel too, but I wasn't guided to yet, and I filmed it like about 2 months ago or something like that. But the gist of that one was, it was Karmic Family. Yeah, I'm sure I put that in the title. So I think it might be time to publish that, actually, because we're about to approach the end of, yeah, I'll just publish it. I mean, I've watched it a few times, so I can't remember. You see, I might get a guide to watch it again, but they'll give me the go ahead. But turmoil, unstable, and affected. So, but emotional storm, that's on the thumbnail of one of them, because there was 2. I filmed 2 in the same day. Yeah, I filmed 2 in the same day, but it was in reverse. So I feel in the past, you know, if you're this feminine energy, I feel you, and when I burp or hiccup, that's when I'm cleansing energy, and I'm hiccuping quite badly there. I feel like this masculine, you know, whatever you went through this masculine, you were in an emotional storm at one point, very affected by, you know, the triggering and whatever was coming up between you, you know, whether you were in this person, this is when you were, I mean, this feels like I'm describing when you're in a separation rather than when this person is in your life. But whatever it is, like, you know, you've put that behind you. And so let's get, where is this masculine at, like, around the same time of this feminine putting an emotional storm behind them, regardless of your gender. Where was this masculine at around the same time of the feminine? Time, waiting cycles, moments. So yeah, I really do feel this is like, I'm picking up on, you know, I mean, it usually always is a separation, but I'm picking up on people in the divine separation. But because that was in reverse time, this could actually be like quite recent, you know, this could be like quite realish time energy of people approaching the end of a separation, and like this masculine's like, too much time has passed, and tuning into a feminine that's like put the emotional storm behind them. Right, I feel like I want a wee bit more detail. What else? What else? Chasing, yeah. Pursuit, toxicity, resilience. So I feel like that feminine like didn't chase this masculine, and I feel it really triggered the masculine. And so I wonder, with time, I feel like this masculine wanted the feminine to chase them, and is probably used to other feminines chasing them. So, you know, whether that be, you know, a masculine male or female, but it's like that this feminine didn't, if you're this feminine, like, you didn't do that, and so much time has passed, this person's panicking. Curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. Oh, so yeah, I really do feel, you know, that you, because remember, Capricorn, full moon, Capricorn's a devil card in tarot, so I really do feel, you know, there was some kind of generational curse specifically around this masculine. Yeah, generational, again, generational ancestral family curse. It's like, so I feel it is time now. See what I mean about, that's what I mean about, I just know when it's time. I think from memory, I think, you know, anything when it, I think when it comes to do with family, it's going to be triggering, but it's triggering but true is something that I coined. Again, so if somebody's fucking using that hashtag, I made that up anyway, whatever. But it's kind of like, it is triggering but true. But you know, a huge majority of sessions that I have, it's stuff to do with family. So unfortunately, you know, it is quite sad. But yeah, I really do feel there was like some kind of generational pattern, negative mindset, and you see how that fits with that past life card. That it's, I really do feel like there's been some kind of like, and it could be something as small, but this could affect it, you know, that like, oh, that doesn't happen to us, or, you know, who are you to think you're going to be successful, or, you know, or even just like, this wouldn't be said, but I mean, it could be, but it's like, if somebody's settled in love, like, you know, like they've settled for like financial reasons, and they've not, like, again, I might always give the example in the notebook, it reminds me like when they're, you know, because that's horrible. And again, I really do feel with some twin flames as well, like stuff like this could have happened. You know, like I've had conversations with, you know, I've had conversations with people of all different ages where this has happened, where like, you know, a parent has actually had a word like that, you know what I mean? And like being like, you know, you're not good enough for me. And I mean, that's just like the most painful, horrible thing. And again, I don't like the word hate, but I really hate these films where like that's happened. Because you're like, no, especially in The Notebook, when it's like, no, do you know what I mean? Because it's like, there's, oh, it's got chills. Because they're like so in love and it's real. And so this could be like Notebook love, you see. Because you know, in The Notebook, it's like, it's the mum and the dad are just giving him that vibe that he's not good enough. And then they actually, you know, well, actually, wait a minute, they're saying it to her, aren't they? And then he overhears and then he breaks it off her. So it's like, you know, it's sort of like, so it's playing on his insecurity. So again, and it doesn't always need to be like, you know, the man, it could be like towards the women, like it could be that like, you know, because actually because the curse has come out on the masculine side, it feels like, you know, it's everyone around the masculine that is telling the masculine, like, um, you know, they're not right for you, or, you know, like that's not, or they're not good enough for you, or something like that, or you're never going to be good enough for them. I don't know, it's something like that. But it's like, again, it's real negative mindset. It's a family curse and it's not true. So, oh God. Right, what else here? Heavy energy. Yeah, healing. And that's what it feels like. This masculine's healing from this. Releasing, purifying, cleansing, healing. So this is where somebody's finding, you know, taking back their power from being manipulated. But there's resentment, anger, hurtful words. So again, I feel this masculine energy I'm picking up on. I think they're angry. I don't think I can feel they're very angry, recognising how they've been manipulated. I know that's going to resonate for a lot of you out there with conversations I've had, but they're hopeful as well, expecting faith and manifesting. So I feel that this is behind this person, or, you know, they could still be currently working through these feelings, but it feels like somebody that's like, yeah, whatever it is, they're reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet. And I feel, yeah, about a twin flame, I could feel that. Mirroring shared feelings, reflection. So, wait a minute, we need another. Oh, look, I've just pulled. Look at what I've picked up. Community, but it's in reverse. A community of people held back someone from their twin flame. Personal or professional connections. Community, and then where I was trying to find. There we go. Feelings of inadequacy. So yeah, because that is what is in the notebook. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's in love with her, but he doesn't feel good enough. And then when they do that, it makes him feel even worse. Makes him feel like shit. So, because it doesn't seem appropriate to smile too much. So yeah, this person's got strong memories of their twin flame. So let's get away, because that felt on the masculine. So let's get a wee bit more for the, well, it was kind of joint energy, but I feel like the story's not over. The story's not over. It wasn't over. Still isn't over. All those cards. Oh my God. And look what's on the bottom. So it's very notebook, twin flame love here. Like, the story is not over. It wasn't over, it's not over, and that's made me cringe, because it's like, wasn't over, still isn't over, because that's what Noah says to Ali all those years later. I think it's specifically 7 years, so 7 years could be a significant time frame here for, you know, a separation. It doesn't need to be it was exactly 7 years you haven't seen each other, but I do feel at some point it could have been as long as, like, roughly around this. You know, because like in Dear John, I think it's 8 years or something. But again, all these films, it's like basically like it doesn't matter how much time passes. And again, that is twin flames. It doesn't matter how much time passes. Like, when that's your twin flame, it's your twin flame. Like, you know, it's yeah, you just know, you feel it. Like, the feelings don't go away. But yeah, look, so elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery. Because it was asking about the feminine side, like, I feel like I said, it's like we've got curse on the masculine side. We've got dishonesty, deception, trickery, elusive. I feel like. And then look, community. I feel there was a community in reverse around, oh, shocking, yeah. There's a community in reverse. Oh, look, pretending, right, where did I put that card? So, there was dishonesty, deception, and trickery around a false community. So, karmic friends, you know, pretending, mask, exaggeration, turmoil, trouble, unexpected. I think at some point this was found out that, yeah, people were not who they said they were around you. You know, I think they could have been like lying, and I don't know, it's something like knowing more than what they let on. And it kind of feels like it feels very horrible. It feels like pulling the wool over the feminine's eyes a little bit. And, you know, I feel like, you know, with the conversations I've had and from being on this journey, I feel everyone could resonate with that in some sort of way. You might need to tweak the wording, but just a whole lot of people knowing things that you maybe didn't and keeping secrets and, you know, lies and something, it's not very nice. So anyway, let's move on to the present energy now. So present energy of, so whether it's real time or whether this is where someone reaches, let's see, where's the feminine energy, whether it's a female or a male, because it can make sense to different people. Divine order, practice, patience. So presently you're having to be very patient, and I feel it's you know, it's definitely, again, this is a story I've brought through you know, many times before, and it is sad, but it doesn't surprise me because we're in the last days of Cancer season, and it is about, like I said, it's about family, it's about trauma, and this is definitely about karmic family stuff here, where this feminine, you've had to be very, very patient because of sensing that there was something like this going on. And again, you might not have had, you know, a lot to go by there. It might have just, you might have been flying blind, just sensing it, and but you just had a very strong feeling of an energy that was holding your person back. So, but it's, I feel at some point, if you haven't already had that, you will get, you know, confirmation of this. So again, don't make this yours if it's not yours, but reprogram your soul, release, raise and reclaim. So I feel whilst you've been patient working on yourself, I feel you've been reprogramming your own subconscious, which is now well, we'll see, but it feels like this masculine is now, you know, they're now believing that they are good enough for you. So it doesn't matter what their mum and dad says, what your mum and dad says. If that has been an issue here, it doesn't need to be both sides, but it's but there's usually something, you know, there's usually something. It's kind of like this feeling of if it's like, I mean, they always show me that for when it's like a mum that's kind of, but like, you know, they're showing me Drop Dead Fred, but it's like, you know, because that's like a very narcissistic mother that's standing in the way. Basically, it's like she's just controlling, you know, the daughter, and then she has to be like, you have no power over me. Again, it reminds me of Labyrinth too, but that's what it is. It's like somebody who's like very, very controlling. This feminine right now, sorry, masculine, but again, the masculine could be in their feelings. Spiritual awakening. So yeah, shifter be shifted. Again, that's what it feels like. The feminines had to be patient while the masculine saw for themselves. And like I said, you whether, you know, you might be in a scenario where you do live in close proximity and you could literally, I mean, that'd be horrible if you could actually see that. Like you could actually see, like say you live in the same area or something, you can actually see how much like somebody's family member or something around them, because you know, it feels like parental kind of, you know, but it could be siblings, it could be cousins, it could be best friends, it could be anyone that's like, you know, close connections, because we've got community in reverse. And again, it feels like, oh, is that what it is? Because it's a Black Widow's web. I think there's like a ringleader, you know, because that's what a true narcissist does. They're planting the seed of doubt in everyone. They're gossiping and slandering, going about everyone, a community. But then a lot of the time people can't, you know, some people, you know, there's going to be people that have got their spidey senses, like my kind of energy, that would be like able to see through those people. But, you know, it's been in my experience through my professional and personal life that lots of other people can't. It's often years later. Like I've had scenarios in all areas of life where, whether, like I said, whether it's professional or personal, where I've been able to see what somebody was all about, and it's years later. So again, that's where I'm very much like I said, I'm very connected to Jesus and Mary Magdalene, but I often more feel like, although I'm very like Mary Magdalene too, it's like I often feel more like the Jesus energy of, you know, I'm very forgiving when people betray me and backstab me and all that, but it's kind of like I forgive people, especially for not being able to see what I could see. Because that's just, you know, it's you know, I can't blame somebody because they couldn't see what I could see, you know, when I saw it, because I could see like fucking 10 years in advance and shit like that. But yeah, shifted be shifted, like that's what I'm feeling here. This feminine, you've had to be patient because you've had a sense that this masculine was going to take a while to wake up, really. But when they do, there's the divine masculine. Oh, I'm loving that message. I think we've already got the thumbnail, but It'll just depend on what wins. And yeah, this masculine is working very closely with Saint Germain and the Violet Flame. Again, you know, the Saint Germain's got a lot to do with twin flame soul stop, but it really does feel like you feel very connected to that. Again, that's what I say in my meditations, if you do the personal sessions with me, or if you watch the stuff in public. But also this masculine is just clearing a lot of karma right now. That card might come out with me using that phrase. What else for where this masculine's at? Mirror reflections, karmic purge, yeah. So again, like I said, I just said that and then because it's God speaking through me, but it's also the full moon in Capricorn. It's about karma, and so I feel, you know, this masculine's going through a huge karmic purge of quite a lot of people actually. I feel a lot of people were in on this. I don't like that word, in on this. I don't know what that means, but a lot of people worked hard to keep this person away. Look, I've just pulled twin flame in reverse. A lot of people worked hard to keep this person away from their true twin flame. Twin flame, 1111, everything's possible. So I feel this masculine could have been going for a dark time, particularly from the 1111 portal, the new moon in Scorpio. And then when we had the full moon in Scorpio not that long ago, things could have really came to a head. I feel like 6 months of really tough lessons. I mean, I feel all the masculines are going to resonate with this. You'll have been going through things longer than 6 months, but I feel, you know, that people could have really hit a rock bottom, and it was to integrate your shadow, you know, to lead you back to your divine feminine. But that was in reverse. So again, that is confirming that people worked very hard to get this masculine to feel like that's not your person, that's not your true love, that's not your twin flame, if people are aware of what that was. Yeah, and now this masculine's releasing the lower self. But I did pull it in reverse, so I feel this masculine was very resistant to leave their, you know, I don't like that word in the lower self, but to leave the lower world, you know. So this is somebody that was stuck in their south node. Yeah, with habits that weren't serving them, like blocked chakras, probably having their energy harvested by, you know, Jezebels or whatever the male equivalent of it, whatever gender the masculine is, but Leviathan, spirit of pride kind of thing. Time to forgive, heal, abandonment. But now this masculine, possibly from the 7th of July there, is yeah, like look, coming the dark night of soul in reverse. Somebody's coming out of a dark night of soul. So that is what I was feeling like the November last year. Remember your identity, you can do it. Dropping the mask and remembering who they are. Right, so I wouldn't normally pull that many cards up, but I'll just go with the flow with whatever the guy may do. So right, so what do I need any more? Yeah, I'm going to shuffle them again for some reason, the past life cards. What is like a current North Node focus that this feminine needs to work on? Or all the feminines that resonate with this? I'm going to see how this fits. Physical issues, illness, accident or injury. Oh, and you've got to be careful with this Mars conjunct Uranus. That can often be about things like that. How interesting. They just pulled my eyes down to the doll pram there, and it's like an old-fashioned silver cross kind of thing. And so, and I'm just being reminded that on the live last night, that freaked me out, but I've not watched it all yet. I've just nearly got to the end. But I was feeling there was like a past life child, like a baby, like guiding both twins together from a past life. And then the next card was it was actually a carriage like what I'm looking at. But look, this is like more like a Cinderella carriage. But look at when I got guided to the couple dancing, it looked like Cinderella. So I mean, a lot of this could be like Cinderella, like somebody's been treated like crap and then they're going to be treated like a queen or something. I don't know, like, you know, by family, if you think about it. Because it's a stepmom and the ugly sisters, so somebody can be like treated like crap by their family. Illness, accident, injury, or it might not be that harsh. It might just be like the black sheep of the family, like, you know, getting the blame for everything or something like that. Illness, accident, injury. Yeah, so physical issues. So, you know, hopefully nobody has actually had any kind of accident. Healing prayers and protection if it's not happened. But it's kind of like whatever that means to you. Like you could be healing from some sort of physical. Like it feels like this could even be like, you know, feeling like I've mentioned, like I've noticed when I'm with working with people and for myself, like it's when you're getting to a certain part of the journey towards near the end of it, it's like you can put on quite a lot of weight, you know, and you do lose it when you're in union, but it's probably a primal thing, you know, you put on weight to protect yourself, but it's like that could even be it. Physical illness, like you could be trying to heal your physical body from some kind of trauma. It's like when I spoke about, you know, doing somatic movement and stuff, like alongside counselling, shamanic healing, therapy, Reiki, whatever it is you're doing, you know, make sure that you're releasing the trauma in different ways, because cancer season to me is about trauma release. It's what I've been working on for myself, and it's what I've also been helping other people with. It's what I'm always helping people with. The masculine's current focus then. Servitude, loss of power or control. Yeah, wow, oh my god, see how that fits? I'm going to read that card because I don't think I've read that. It's like this masculine was under some kind of heavy control, like loss, reversal of fortune. Oh god, 16 as well with power. So this keeps coming up in the collective. Like I feel there's been energy thieves here, or there's been actual thieves, but it keeps coming up. So I'm sure at some point I'm going to find out what that's about for, you know, through different sessions that I do with people and that. But loss of power or control. This card indicates past lives of oppression and genuine lack of control, which that's what it feels very oppressive. Like it feels like a very oppressive energy over this masculine. The experience forced you to submit to wills of others who took control or even took what they called ownership of you in the form of servitude, slavery, or indentured labour. You may have been born in a situation, or you may have been captured and taken away from your homeland. Clearly, this kind of past life energy can exert a huge influence on your present approach to life. Having no power to act or decide for yourself could make you feel like a victim, one who's resigned to another's control in the family, love, or work. The people who try to control you now were likely the ones who enslaved you. And you see, it could be something like, I've not seen that yet, but we'll feel in it. It could be like if somebody's had a really controlling family member, they've then got into a really controlling romantic relationship. And so they felt trapped in a family, and now they feel trapped in another family. So it's, you know, it can be quite complicated like that. If this card is near the imprisonment card, it's likely that you were kept in bondage at some time. This is very emotional energy. Old lives of being totally controlled by another may have made you feel unconsciously willing to be controlled and directed in this life. And that, you know, could be, I would be surprised if at some point like this masculine has like tried to act out to be like, nobody's going to control me wherever I have got control. Especially because, you know, I'm keeping anonymous, but one of the sessions I've done more recently, that person had expressed that, you know, like I just want to have control over something. And often that is the case if there was a very oppressive controlling energy over you. It makes sense that you just want to have control over something. In fact, you may notice that you've attracted controlling people. That's what I mean. I feel this is going to be a masculine that's then attracted really controlling karmic energies, like, you know, romantic things. You may even have given up your power simply because in your subtle memory you expect others to take it away. But if this is near the entitlement card, well, it's not, so let's just move past. So it's time to take control of your life and your destiny, release your old code. But see the way I was saying that? That's so strange, but I was like, it feels like that felt like gaslight. I was like gaslight myself. But okay, you could have been gaslighting yourself. That's something I do say when that's relevant. You could have been like, nah, you know what I mean? I'm overreacting, or, you know, they didn't mean it like that. I think, unfortunately, I'm hearing somebody like going from that way of thinking, like thinking that it wasn't that bad, and then realising it really was that bad, and it's because you've been manipulated. But when I was like, oh, let's move past this, it feels like somebody could have had somebody like, let's move past this, that's in the past now. Because again, as I've said before, whenever anybody in your life speaks to you like that, like, you know, that's in the past, let's let go, you know, it depends what we're talking about here, but if somebody's done wrong by you and they owe you an apology and they're keen to like, oh, that's in the past, stop bringing it up, you know what I mean? Like, that's very manipulative, gaslighting. It's fucked up, you know. You got to see through that. That's people know what, and they take personal responsibility for the hurt that they have caused. So I feel like there's people like that around this masculine. It's time to take control of your life and your destiny. Release your old coded assumptions that you're powerless to change things as you make new self-empowered choices. Get comfortable with taking charge again. This is what I help for people with in personal sessions and around here. Help you to empower yourself. Your karmic directive is to liberate yourself from old restrictions, live in your soul's power and be the master of your own fate. That reminds me of one of the videos that I done last year that I titled like liberating yourself from oppression or something. It was like it was an army thing, I think. It was on that program, that film that I watched. I'm capable, resourceful and powerful. I'm free to make my own choices and move in any direction I choose. So that's a big energy that currently that masculine is working on, and it fits with all the rest of it. So I'm going to miss out what needs, because I think I've just asked that. Maybe, wow, maybe that was me, my seer abilities, like my clairvoyance, like when I wrote karmic lessons, what needs to be released. That deck's perfect for that now. Whereas before I kept feeling it was a bit repetitive, but yeah, that's what that is. So shadow work. So, well, let's go to this old school deck. So what shadow work healing does this feminine need to do or is doing? Dreams just came out. So I feel like you might be a feminine that you get like prophetic dreams, visions, you know, I think you get warnings of things to come. I mean, because that's what being a seer is. So, you know, it's like you'll get flashes of insight in your dreams that'll tell you what's going on with you or your twin. Or worldly events. So I really do feel it's like the shadow work to read is not to ignore that. You know, maybe write your stuff down and see if there's a pattern. Freedom. I mean, look at that. The masculines just had the thing about oppression and now we're getting freedom. So I feel the shadow work is you have to keep freeing yourself from wherever you feel controlled. Wow, that's quite crazy, isn't it? And that's what leads to your abundance. Notice my throat chakra a bit funny now. I mean, I have been talking for an hour, but I feel you've had to free yourself from awkward situations that were holding back your abundance. It feels like, yeah, it could be keeping the wrong friends around you, keeping control of the family around you, keeping or like not speaking up to these, you know, you could still have people around you, hopefully not friends. Again, it's a bit more understandable if you need to keep family around you, but it's kind of like, but even like I said, you don't actually need to, so it just depends how bad it actually is. You create boundaries where possible, but if you can't, look, the freedoms just came out for the masculine, so that's the shadow work the masculine's working on too, where they need freedom. So both twins are mirroring where they need to take back their freedom. Children. So there's shadow work around. I feel this is about this masculine's needing to heal their inner child. So regardless of whether you're male or female, this masculine's been healing their their wounded inner child. Again, about being manipulated. And you know, often that can be like, you know, you can sometimes have awareness of that through like how they'll act with like any children that are in your life now. Do you know what I mean? Like you could then be like, oh, like I don't know, that could be something that's going on there. Like, yeah, forgiveness. And again, it's that generational pattern there of like how deep is it, or how intense is it, how much damage has it caused, and it's about you taking back your power, freeing yourself, healing yourself, and you know, forgiving that situation. But again, forgive for you, not for them. But it could be, you know, that bad that you actually need to be away from the person that you've forgiven as well. It doesn't need to be though. There can definitely be situations where you can forgive and you can still be around. It reminds me of like, again, like what I do is deliverance too, but it reminds me of deliverance. Like, you know, I was just, I think that was the other week that I was listening to something. It was really fucking heavy shit that I was being guided to. But it was where people have like forgiven people for like the most horrendous, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine the most horrendous dark things that have been done to them, and still being around people. And so, you know, everyone's on a different sort of journey of life. I think it's one of these things where if you don't want to have someone around you because you feel that they've wronged you, that's your choice, that is your life. If you decide to forgive and you do want somebody around you, that's your choice, that's your life. You know what I mean? It's about you taking control of the situation. But definitely I feel this masculine's getting support from the higher beings and the guides around them, possibly some kind of professional support as well. Yeah, to break free for new beginnings. So that is definitely a masculine that's been heavily, yeah, liberate the oppressed. I think that was the title of that video. It's kind of reminding me of the videos I've done in the past, which were like a couple of years ago now, but and I keep wanting to find that deck, but it's got a guy on it that's like got his head in his hands and he's chained to a bed. So hopefully that's not literal, but do you know what I mean? It's kind of like somebody that feels trapped and just controlled, like, it's horrible energy. Body care and children. Harmony. That masculine's releasing a lot of trauma from their body, yeah, so I've already said something like that when I mentioned somatic movement. Answered prayer. Music, answered prayer, music and miracles. I feel this masculine gets a lot of, I feel there's like a strong connection to music here. A lot of, again, I'd say all twins have that, but some have it stronger than others. Celebration, that's funny. Celebrate good times, come on. But I feel, yeah, full moon as well, something good happening around. It doesn't need to be the full moon this weekend, but a full moon at some point is going to be significant here, or completion. But it's like there's this masculine's getting ready to celebrate their freedom, I feel. But also I do feel there's a very strong connection with music for the twins that are going to resonate with this. Again, that's all twins, but and also, so I just want to point out, I'm looking at my notes here. Whenever I'm picking up on, you know, the shadow work, if you've got a blind spot around that, you know, that's where it would be good to book hypnosis with myself, or, you know, get hypnotherapy around something that might be a bit of a blind spot, you know, and we could dig into that with past life regression or hypnosis, or you know, if you recognise a karmic lesson that you're repeating, we could do a shamanic journey soul retrieval to see where you need to take back your power, all that kind of stuff. So point that out for people that might not realise that, or that are new, or people that need a reminder. What would help inner union right now? So what would help, when I itch my nose, that's the loved ones in spirit. Let's use this deck. What would help inner union right now for the feminines that are resonating with this? Wisdom of the Magi, mental clarity. So I feel what would help the feminine right now is to gain mental clarity around something where there's been confusion, because I saw the confusion card before I picked these up. What does that say? Self-acceptance, compassion, forgiveness. There's a lot about forgiveness, 21 again. So this full moon in Capricorn is really important for these unions. It feels like family tree in reverse. Expansion, legacy. Yeah, again, it really does feel like there's some kind of generational patterns here going on with both these twins, where there needs to be forgiveness for past family patterns that haven't been helpful. Oh god, I actually forgot what the card was, and then I cut it, so they reminded me. Yeah, but I think that's part of it, you see. That's always part of it. Like, I feel through trauma, there's things that you don't remember, that maybe you've had memories coming back. Now, this could be things to do with anything to do with the past relationships, past lives. It could be trauma to do with you and your twin flame, like, you know, if there's been hurtful words exchanged, and, you know, but there's some confusion around this. I feel like, what would help in our union right now, I feel somebody needs mental clarity around why the masculine behaved that way. That's what I'm getting from that. So yeah, let's see with the masculine, what would help the masculine, because again, it could be one of these things where the feminine has a sense, but to gain the mental clarity, you need to hear what was going on there. For that no, it doesn't feel like they're saying it's not for the forgiveness. I feel like the forgiveness is there from the feminines, right? But it's just it's the mental clarity part, like, so that you can move past something, just so you can understand. Where's this what would help this masculine with inner union? But we know what the answer is going to be. These people, all the people around this masculine, pretty much, I said all the people, so it could unfortunately be all the people were holding this person back, manipulating them. Spirit mentors and teachers, and it's because this person's really talented. Like, all the masculines that resonate with this, and believe me, because I speak to masculines of all genders a lot, it's true. Like, feminines are very talented. Feminine and masculines are very talented. You don't need to be a twin flame. We've all got a talent of some kind. But this masculine, like, look, like, yeah, spirit mentors and teachers are working with this masculine now that they're not being controlled by the people around them that were trying to stifle their talents, basically. So basically that's what would help inner union, is you developing these talents that you've got with teachers and mentors. I feel that means like angels and guides in the spirit world, but I also feel that means like seeking out people that are going to guide you on your path with what your specific talent is. Angels are the 7 chakras, power, truth and connection. And notice with the other, that was a different deck, or was it this one? I think it was a different one, but it was a similar card, that there was energy blocks. Like this masculine chakras were all totally fucked up. Like they were getting involved with all the wrong type of people, like romantically, friendship wise, well definitely family wise. It was just, there was just so many fucking people sabotaging this masculine, which sadly resonates for too many people that I've helped over the years. Sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within. That's your power. If you're this masculine, you're soft and strong. I always say that about myself, actually. I feel that's like a lot of divine feminines feel that way. You know, you've got this ability to be gentle and kind, but also don't fuck with me kind of energy. And I feel that's this masculine is now mirroring all the feminines that feel like that. Which I feel all feminines get to that point where it's like, yeah, I love myself. I love and protect myself fiercely because I've went through a lot. So I'm not, it's not the same as being defensive. It's not like, oh, everybody fuck you. It's more just like, again, I mean, I can feel and see the true intentions of people around me, whether it's in the public and the, you know, in the world stage, on the world stage, which is a fucking joke, or in my personal lives. And like, even I've had situations like I don't know, I'm being shown a really random one, but I can think of like, I was out for lunch once with like family, and we bumped into like somebody's like family member, and I literally only saw them interact for about 5 or 10 minutes. And basically, I'm being very cryptic here. This was years ago, but I'm being shown it for a reason. But basically, I was like, I don't get a good energy about that person. And somebody in my extended family was like, whatever I said, they were like, you've just fucking nailed that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but apparently, like, that's something that, yeah, it's many people would be fooled. It feels like I'm describing a narcissist there, actually. Do you know what I mean? Like, many people would be fooled, but I was like, I could just feel the underlying lie of it. You know what I mean? Fake smile. It reminds me of the card that I pulled today. It says fake smiles. Anyway, so, you know, it could be a situation like that. But again, there's something coming through here about somebody that had the wool pulled over everyone's eyes. But this masculine, whatever that's all about, the tower though, there's shit kicking off. Achievement, completion, reward. This masculine's breaking free, and they really have completed a huge, very rough karmic cycle. I mean, all masculines have, right? But this feels pretty rough. Letting go of urgency, surrender, freedom from time constraints. Yeah, November could be significant. 17th of November could be significant. I actually know that is going to be significant. A few people that I've connected with. Basically, I feel like that's people that have put a whole load of pressure on this masculine, or they were a workaholic. Yeah, family. Cut the deck at family. Expansion, legacy. I mean, this could be I mean, again, and now we're talking like that feels like older family, but this could be now this masculine has got into a family of their own where work, 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 give me the money, give me the money, give me the money. That must be a thing for me to say like that. This masculine's healing in nature. Yeah, the ancestors are around this person. Historical connections and purposes, and I feel it is like, again, feels like healing coming in from the ancestors on the other side of life to make up for the, you know, the patterns that aren't helpful that have been left behind as well. Yeah, and this masculine is like a really gifted seer, prophet and ancient seers, decisions, predictive guidance. So I feel that's been stifled in this masculine. Well, that's really interesting. I had a conversation with that not too long ago with a guy that, or I could just sense it in them that they're like very psychic. So, and I've spoke to some of you that are like that too. Yeah, sensitivity and strength has come out again. Tapping the forces within. That masculine's like a powerful psychic or seer. And that's why people wanted to stuff it down. Like, you on a soul level, they felt that. Right, soul retrievals, what will we use for that? Right, so what's a possible soul retrieval that either the feminine or the masculine needs? So this is a bit where if you resonate with whatever I say right now, it might be wise to join the membership, which we've only got one level just now, but I will add other levels in over, you know, I think probably around September. I don't know, might leave it till later, but, or might do it sooner, but probably not sooner. And I'll put extended, when I'm guided to, I mean, I might forget sometimes too, but I might do like wee extended healings. Well, I'm going to do wee extended healings. I'm going to get around to doing some of them for whatever I've mentioned before, because I need to keep a list and then do them slowly. For the membership. But again, because like again, they might be more for like other levels, but I think I will put a few on the level that's there just now too. But also I think it's more like book a 1-to-1 session if this resonates. Some of the stuff you might be able to work on yourself, but remember, it's like what I say, you can't always see the knives that are like that's about to be stabbed in your back, you know. So it is wise to know when to go to others for help. Especially if someone is a specialist, and you know, like I'm a specialist in certain areas. That even if you went to another shaman, they wouldn't be able to do what I do. Do you know what I mean? It's to do my searing Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto vision in the 12th house. That's what it's really about here. It does make me pretty good at what I do. So because I work very, very hard to be good at what I do. And that's why my light irritates people's demons. So I know what that feels like, my friend. If I can get through it, you can get through it. Just protect your energy. Sage is your best friend. Sage is my best friend. What's a possible soul retrieval? Tell us. I feel like that Braveheart card might come out. It'll be weird if it does. I mean, it won't be weird, but that's me. I'm just getting that. If it doesn't, I'm just sort of feeling that vibe. Oh, look. Not far off. Look. Spiritual warrior. That came out yesterday. And I hadn't seen that card very often before. A spiritual warrior's only armour is the strength and power of his heart. So yeah, this masculine's got a big heart. They've got a deep sensitivity, but a strength with that too. This is a powerful leader. I'm always I'm nearly in tears. You can tell it's Cancer season, but I'm tapping into a powerful leader. And I've connected with some of you on Zooms before. And there's some that I haven't connected with on Zoom, but I'm being told I'm gonna. And some in person too. I've met people in person that are like this as well. Karma cleanse. Liberate yourself from karmic patterns of the past. Live a life of creative choice. Wow, I'm keeping that card out. I think that actually does need to be in the... But yeah, so you might need a soul retrieval in order to be able to release yourself from these karmic situations. Again, that would be... I definitely am going to use those past life cards and the people that are interested in if some of the stuff that I've said in this resonates. Right, okay. Tell us about another soul retrieval someone might need. Empath. Look at how I just described that. You're the harp of God's heavenly choir, a multi-sensory, highly tuned being. And that did nearly move me to tears. I'm telling you, you're like a chosen one. You're one of God's chosen ones. You've got a beautiful sensitivity about you, regardless of whether you're male or female. And you're protected. But I'm hearing that's really... So I'm feeling this person doesn't feel like they've been protected. But it's like they're starting to understand it's part of their soul's journey. Multidimensional. Your awareness is expanding, integrating consciousness to become your highest expression of being. Yeah, and that's why they're starting to understand it. If this is you, you're starting to understand that everything you've went through has made you who you are. And it's going to lead to you being a really powerful leader. Oh my God, these are very heavy messages. Let's get one more. Divine Feminine. So... flow in the rhythm of the divine heart, your cosmic gateway to all creation. So I really do feel, you know, this might be if you are a female or a male that is needing to get in touch with your divine feminine energy, again, now this, you could be the divine masculine on the journey, but you need to tap into your, maybe you, I feel like this is somebody, this makes sense with the rest of the, you shut off, you closed off your heart to protect yourself. And so you may need to go to a healer to, you know, to get help unblocking your heart chakra. You might already be doing that, but that's what I feel that's about. And I feel it's a divine feminine sending all those love and prayers. Because as divine feminines, we should all be doing that for our own masculine. Like I said, some of you might do work like me, where it's like to out to further people, but further people, you know, the world. Again, yeah, because I, you know, it is the world energy that I feel and that I send, you know, healing, collective healing out to. Like when I'm just randomly guided to do a live stream, like again, because I'm doing another one tonight, it's like, it's because there's the world's needing a lot of karmic cleansing. But yeah, getting in touch with your feelings. In the quietness of the moment, you can hear your inner voice more clearly. And again, I feel that is because there were so many voices around all the masculines that resonate with this, that were pulling them away from their divine feminine, which is usually what happens, unfortunately. Right, so let's now hear from some of the masculine energies. So what is it that this masculine wants to say now? So I'm going to say in real time, but just bear in mind that because of me being a seer, I do tend, and it's past, present, future, the Akashic Records, I do tend to, like I said, I have been known to honestly see like 10 years in the future. And but yeah, it's, I've noticed ones from like 3 months ago, some from even 3 weeks ago. Like, yeah, just a bit, you know, we're all in different timelines, so just always trust yourself if you get guided to look at any of my old videos or other people's older videos, you know, which I think sometimes we can have a bit of a mental block around that. You know, even though I'm saying this and I know this, sometimes even I have, like with people I like watching, I'll want to watch their most recent one. But it's kind of magical how the algorithm can sometimes show you ones from ages ago, and it's because it's happening now. So trust it, because I definitely know it does it on ones I like, and it does it on mine too. That trust the ones it's showing you. Could be because it's happening now. Like I said, when I get guided to, I share in the community tab, or I put in the comments if they guide my eyes to one. I don't tend to watch them back again because some of mine are really long. Well, most of them are, but yeah, you can. So if you notice when you watch back when you can be like, oh, there was loads of synchronicities, but I just trust that there's going to be. So this masculine could be in a place of deep silence, because I'm not getting a card here. Where is this masculine at now by the time this comes to manifest? I'm holding on to the memories of us. Well, that really did strongly come through, didn't it? It's like the Notebook, yeah. It's like, this masculine has just spoiled a nice moment. But anyway, it's not spoiled at all. But you see, with me saying it like that, you see, that could be somebody's critical. Because it's the card that says I'm horny. It came out last night, but it's like, now I'm saying, I'm horny on it. But it's kind of like, it's Kundalini energy. But I feel this masculine could have been, I feel this masculine was shamed for their sexual energy at some point. Like, you've been called all sorts of names about, you know, that's why it's like, you know, I have to say player sometimes, because it just fucking is, you know, it's what's going to describe some energies. But it's like, I feel that could have really done damage to somebody over time, whether this is a male or a female player. It's like, but yeah, this is somebody that's holding on to memories, and they're connecting that they have these strong sexual desires for you because they love you. When I'm with you, I can't think straight. I act weird and crazy because I want you so bad. You're just so gorgeous to me. It's like 1, 2, 3, fuck it, let's go too. So again, that Kundalini energy might just drive somebody right to you. But if that card comes out that's like, expect me, I want to turn up at your door or something like that. So, because that's not come out for weeks. I've been... That's hilarious, right? You didn't see what happened there, right? But I went like that, and so it was still face down. Look, and it's... I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. Oh, look at that, just came out after that card before. But it's kind of like, they didn't want you to know that, because the card was turned over. Keep it clean, keep it clean. This could be, if they've not got pictures of you, it's the memory, the pictures in their head. Keep them going. That's what I'm hearing. Good Lord, this is getting a bit hard in here. I promise. Oh, this one's been coming out loads. I will make it right. I will make it happen. You have to trust me. And that's what I can feel. This person is a spiritual warrior. All, all the masculines that this archetype or whatever word, you know, describes. This is somebody that's going to pull out the bag. They're gonna prove everyone wrong, I feel. Including you if you're the feminine. They're gonna surprise you. I hate seeing you with them. So again, this has been coming out loads all this week, that this person hates the thought of you, definitely would hate the thought of you moving on and spending time with somebody romantically, but hates the thought of who might be coming on to you or what attention you might be. So this person might see people complimenting you, but again, this doesn't really need to be romantic by this person just hates other people getting to spend time with you, because I'm really feel this person's like, if I got to spend any kind of time with them, I would cherish it. But I feel this person's beating themselves up because they didn't see it like that before. They thought you were going to hurt them, so they ran before you got the chance. Again, a familiar story, but I'm scared you'll reject me. See how that fit? So now they're so scared that you're good. This is exactly what I channeled last night in the 2 videos and in the live stream. That, oh, I've not even watched one of those videos back yet, but it's, again, it was a bit samey, so I might, you know, put on the membership or something, but it's kind of like, yeah, this is somebody that took you for granted. They didn't cherish you when they had you. Or it's more like they cherished the moments they had with you, but they didn't cherish the time, the extra time. I heard, like, you know, it's like football, but like they didn't cherish the time that they could have had with you because they couldn't see clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And it's like it was the people around them. And I'm sorry. I'm fucking crying at this. See, when we're in the last, I can tap into this so strongly. It's too strong. I'm sorry, but that I'm channeling that masculine. Look at what I just said. I'm tapping into this too strongly. It's too strong. That's how this masculine felt at one point. I don't think that's how they feel now. They still feel toppled, but it's like they really loved you. Or you really loved your feminine. But it brought up a lot of pain. And again, this is like what's happening here is somebody's desire is stronger than the pain. So it's basically someone's done the work on their subconscious. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me. I wanted to be, but I was afraid of letting you down. So there's been a significant moment when a feminine could have needed a masculine and they've not showed up. But it's not because there was a lack of love. It was because they just didn't feel good enough. They didn't feel like they were going to be able to help you, whatever you needed help with. This is fucking mental. I mean, it's God speaking through me, but look, I'm in love with you. That's what I was just saying. It's not me, it's God speaking through me, and when I go like that, it's the higher self of the masculines that want to talk. They're realising all of this was about that. Wow, oh my God. I ran because I wasn't ready for you, and I want to reach out, but I don't know how. The exact things that came up last night as well. So I'm not going to use that as a thumbnail because I think I want the twin flame one. But right, so I think that's enough to get and then there's that in the bottom again. I'm scared you'll reject me and you tame my demons. Yeah, this is definitely someone coming to realisation of how special you are. I'm learning. You're unique and oh my God. I just said how special you are. That's what this says. You're unique and special, and I've never met or known anyone like you before. You've opened me up to things I never knew were possible, like the power of this love. You've opened my heart and truth, and I'm truly grateful. This person was completely closed off because they had to be to protect themselves from those around them. But now if you'll be open to their apology and who they really are, they're going to be very open with you. But you might still need to take it slow because this person's been really hurt. Doubt. And see, so this is like, look, this connects. Please stop doubting our connection. I can sense it and it's made me doubt too. Just have faith and know I'll reach out to you when divine time is right. Trust the process, my love. Everything will work out beautifully. So if you're this feminine and this is resonating, you know, try to do something to pick your own energy up, because I really do feel this masculine's sorting out a lot of stuff to do with karmic family. But they want to make love to you. I want to make love to you, which you've never experienced before, and I want intimacy in every way possible with you. I just want us to know each other like no one else before has ever known. Your touch, your voice really heals me. Remember I said this masculine wants to be really open with you, with their vulnerability. I'm hearing a ringing in my ear right now too, so you could be experiencing that, or you're masculine. I hope you'll forgive me for all the things I've done and all the pain I've caused you, but believe me, my love, that was not my intention. I know how I've hurt you pretty badly with my words and actions, but I'm really, truly sorry, my love. Again, this masculine is very sorry, and it's like, this person can just clearly see that they've projected how they were treated by people around, by many people around them, onto you at some point, it feels like. And all they do is I lie awake thinking about our future. They're healing right now from whatever this is. And I can't even look at you right now. So whatever this is, this person, I can feel a lot of shame and guilt around the way they've treated you. And they're like I said, they just love you so much it hurts, really. Lighten the mood. But I want to get you drunk. But they do have, you know, a lot of sexual thoughts and fantasies about you, and it's not in a, you know, wrong way. It's in the right way. It's like, well, we just saw from the card before. They just want to have fun too. I want to get you drunk. It's like, remember in last night's live, I was like, this might be a drunk call. Like, someone just wants to, rather than somebody coming at you drunk after they've been drinking with other people. In this case, there's like karmic people. It's like this person wants to go out and have a drink and have fun with you. And if you don't drink, they'll respect that. But it's like this person just wants to have fun with you. I just saw that I want a new beginning. Maybe, and that's where I always sing James Arthur, maybe, but I can't be bothered today. But you might want to check that out. Yeah, look, I'm absolutely in love with you. Oh, that actually really is like that song. Maybe we were always meant to meet. Like this was all our destiny. And although that's about where I usually say it, like, you already know my heart will never be broken by you. That's the future. Because they're guiding me, the future's in your hands. This masculine will not break your heart. I absolutely love you, because they've actually already broke your heart in the past. They're not going to break your heart now if you give them a chance. I just wish things were different, because you're so very special. 21, something, a karmic cycle is ending. Maybe came up again. I'm absolutely in love with you. Yeah, same cards. Okay, right, feminine, because this has been a long video, but I hadn't done one of these for a while. So, kissing you every day will feel like a dream come true. That's how this masculine feels towards this feminine. So the feminine's mirroring what this masculine feels like. You're the first person I wake up. You're the first person I think of when I wake up, and the last person before I sleep. I mean, this is two people that are totally in love with each other. I get so confused with your behaviour. Oh wow, see how that fits with the mental clarity. This masculine's really like game faced it to the max, like poker face to the max. We used to be best buddies and now we're not. You could have been very close at one point. I wonder why you want to spend time with anyone other than me, but I don't feel this feminine does wonder. I feel they know why. I can feel you thinking about me like that. Oh my god, there's a lot of sexual energy here. An act of true love follows a frozen heart. Oh, two frozen things here. So I think that's about the frozen. Yeah, this masculine did have a frozen heart. To protect themselves. I love and accept you just as you are, and it's not your fault. Please don't blame yourself. This journey is designed for us both to grow. Oh my god, hashtag all the feels. That really fits, because like this masculine is beating themselves up. Every time something important, good or bad, happens in my life, I want you first. I'm so excited to learn and grow together in this connection. So that is a very supportive feminine energy that is proud of this masculine. Right, let's get a new earth message, because this has got, wait a minute, actually, we'll get We'll get some of these. So could you tell us something about what's to come here in the future? And it might not be in the too distant future, it could be further down the line. I went very somber there, hold on. Guilt. Oh, whoa, that's what I just said. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. Yeah, so that's what this masculine has to overcome to come forward. To share your dreams together, encourage each other to make them a reality. And when that masculine does that, I just feel a lot of very beautiful energy coming in for loads of people that resonate with this. Maybe not all the details, but unfortunately I think this one might resonate and hit home with quite a few. So you're not alone. If you feel that you're a masculine that's going through this, or you're not going through it alone, there's quite a lot of people, male and female, that are going through this. The universe is guiding you to that special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. Just look out for like karmic distractions and Mercury retrograde. I really do feel as a lot of these unions come close, there's going to be temptation put in your path. So just pay attention to that. Like both twins. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. Which I feel all the twins that resonate with this, you have overcome these challenges and you'll be even stronger when you're physically together, overcoming any other challenges that come your way. Because you will get a lot, that's the horrible thing, you will get a lot of jealousy. But what you get from each other will be worth whatever it is you face. Codependency addictions are affecting your love life, yeah. So again, it's more than likely because of what I've picked up on around this masculine, that they've had to, spend time on their own healing from the codependency, any kind of addictions that they've had in their life, or still have. And again, I've said this last night and the one before, but it does remind me of After, when Hardin needs to spend time alone to be comfortable by himself, to then go back to Tessa. They both do, actually, because they're both addicted to each other. That's what codependency is, you know what I mean? And that's why, like when people have got like toxicity around them, family members, lovers, friends, you think, why, other people can look on being like, why is that person letting them fuck with them so much? Well, A, the person might not be able to see that themselves, and you'll have been that person at one point. I certainly know I have been. And you'll see it when you're meant to see it, not when other people see it. And that's why it's good to lean upon that if you feel that's happening to your twin, which, let's face it, is going to be at some point, because if it happened to you, it'll happen to them. But you might not necessarily know who and what. It might not be the same dynamic, the same person in their life kind of thing, but it will happen. And so that's where you can lean upon empathy and understanding. But yeah. Yeah, it's time to trust. The same cards are coming out. This situation is calling for you to have faith, because your dreams are about to come true. It's the same cards. When you don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. Yeah, it was all part of the twin flame journey. And this passion has never died. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This is the kind of passion that just extends over lifetimes. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I feel this is this is quite funny. I mean, how am I going from The Notebook to Love Island? But it's reminding me of what I channeled about Love Island last night. Because I'm actually watching that bit back last night. And like, because I'm just trying to think, did it? Yeah. So as I was channeling about it, like what I've watched after was they've sat down to have that, right? The heart-to-heart, the talk. And they haven't spoke about it. Like, they've actually just sat, like, you can tell she wants to. So this could be the case too. In fact, it's more than likely if it's like the masculine's a man and the feminine's a woman in this case, if that's the case. But like, you can tell she wants to talk about it, and she's like, let's just fucking pull the path out. I know it's gonna be awkward, but like, you love me and I love you, or like, you like me and I love you. There's feelings there, And but he's like game facing it, like to her and other people. So I said this last night, but like in the episode last night that was on while I was saying that, like he's like trying to make out like he's not feeling what she's feeling, but you can see that he is. But again, in these cases, you can't, you know, even if you think that is the case, you've got to, if you're the feminine, you've got to get on with your own life, because you can't, yeah, you can't hang around and like try to convince somebody. Like, people will wake up to stuff when they're, whether it's the karmic people or whether it's the love, if they're spiritually asleep. So, but yeah, like I said, that's going to be interesting how that unfolds, because it's quite similar to what I'm saying. Look, I'm fucking gobsmacked. Look at what I'm just saying. Aye, that's what he's doing to her, friend zoning her. But it's fear. That's what we're seeing on Love Island. I mean, you're not seeing it, well, unless you are someone that's watching it. Is somebody's subconscious fears running the show. Yeah. A lack of passion in this relationship. It's like friends. He's friend zoned the one that it looks like. Look, perfect match. You complete each other in the most harmonious way. Do you want to know what's quite an interesting thing there as well? Like, they're both black, like the people I'm talking about on that program. So that's kind of interesting. Like, you know, it's like another extra detail here. I mean, that doesn't need to be relevant, but if you're watching Love Island, I know that that's what actually other people would have been thinking there. It's kind of, they're both very beautiful. They're just a really beautiful black couple. Like, they're just beautiful. Like I said, very naturally good looking, it looks like, which is not the case with everyone else on that program, and like literally everyone else. And but yeah, they're you know, they're both good souls as well. But he's a bit lost. And again, that feels like it actually fits with what I'm saying here. So, and actually, that's why it would be, because I think I'm right in saying that. That's why it would be really beautiful if they win. Because I don't think a black couple have ever won. Oh, no, actually. Wait a minute. That's not true. That, yeah, there was a couple of years ago. There was another couple, but because that often gets brought up. I'm not that Pandora's box, but that often does get brought up quite a lot. That, yeah, there's definitely been certain things where it does look like it's a bit racist, and but I've not seen any of that this year. But yeah, I'd like to see them win. So, I wonder if there's, like, for a select few people, that there might have been something like racism here or something. It's like, it might be like, it's kind of like I'm feeling that, you know I want you, it's not a feeling I try to hide, but there are mountains. Stop saying my hands are tied. Na, 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 na. You know, the one from The Greatest Showman, and that's about racism. That could be the case, so I'm sorry if that's the case for someone. That's horrible. But it's not racism. It could be like things to do with class, racism, things like that. It's just things that are fucking stupid that separate people. Or it could be from a past life, but right. Like the whole thing I've said before about like slave and that, because especially because that thing was about, yeah, that could be a thing. Right. Soulmate, you found your romantic counterpart, and like I said, it very much feels like this masculine knew they'd found the person they wanted to be with, but it's almost like somebody just didn't know how to do it. Do you know? Like, that's what I'm hearing. It's like it hurt too much, so they friend-zoned you. Sorry, you laughed there, but I mean that makes sense. Or they just totally ghosted you. As you get to know each other, you discover many things in common. But as you bond, you're just gonna yeah, you're going to understand this person. They're going to let you in. So enjoy it when that happens. That's a beautiful message. So it's a reaching the 144 point. I feel they're guiding me to end it again. So you could be receiving, yeah, oh, that's beautiful timing. You could be receiving a text from your person, or yeah, because that's what would be in this context. Abundance, yeah. That's what we started with, that's what we're ending with, abundance. So call it in, happiness of all kinds, especially union, fullness of source, enough for all, open. Don't be gel haters out there, guys. Just call in what you deserve, because we all deserve abundance, whatever abundance means to you. You know, that happiness, indigo child, yeah, community, and self-healing Ruby Ray, birthing the new earth. That could be the thumbnail. See you later.